All right, guys, so on this episode, we want to cover a few things that I want to talk about the Nissan GTR. So it's been out for a while, right? And there's so many different years and little changes that they've made over the years. So we want to show you the difference between the CBA model, which is the 2009 to 2010, and then on to the DBA, which is the 2013 on to 2016. There's a little different cosmetic changes on the exterior that they've updated. The front bumper, the rear bumper, interior, a little bit of carbon here and there. And then moving on to the 2017, it's a big change with the appearance on the exterior, which is the front fascia, the nose look a lot more aggressive. Same thing with the rear bumper. Moving on to the 2017 and 2018 Nismo, it's a little bit more rare. They only made 1,069 units of those. So what I like about that one is obviously all the carbon work on the exterior, the front bumper, the rear bumper, and the carbon roof. The brakes, they haven't gone to the carbon ceramics yet. That's on the 2023. Now the 23, they went a little bit extra. Horsepower is the same, it's at 600, same like the 2017 and 18, but they did upgrade the fenders with carbon, the brakes are carbon, the front hood is carbon, along with the roof and the trunk. So on interior, you saw the changes with the center armrest where everything is carbon on the 2017 on up. The infotainment display area is, the screen is bigger, all the dials and buttons, little upgrades here and there, but it is a better and tighter car when I drive a 2017 versus a 2014, for example. With the limited production cars, you get a special badging, 50th anniversary, same thing with the Nismo. I love the little details here. That's what makes it special for me because it's rare. So the T-Spec, there's only 100 of them made. So those are very small, limited production runs, right? So I think if in the future, we really don't know, but I think it's a good bet that, you know, being as a limited production, it's gonna hold the value pretty well. So if you're a GTR hardcore enthusiast and you care about the collectability of it, I think the Nismo has good potential. I mean, as you can see, the R34 V-Spec or NER Spec that's online right now, they're fetching $300,000 for it, right? Not to say that these will, but you never know. It's early in the game, right? If you know what, hindsight, you know what you know, then I would have went back and bought all the R34 V-Spec, right? It's a risk, right? So it's all subjective. But if you want more horsepower, then there you go. These guys right here. I mean, you can soup it up. Stock engine, you can add another 150 to 200 horsepower, fairly easy with minimal amount invested into the car, $12,000, $13,000, and you'll make another 150 easily. And then if you want more than 1,000, and there's different packages that you can upgrade the car to even 1,500, 2,000 horsepower. So one other thing that I really like about the GTR is that it is super reliable. I mean, it's proven over and over again. I mean, as you can see, there's a lot of GTR builds that we've done in the past. That I've ran 10 seconds, 9 seconds, 8 seconds. And you can do it over and over and over again, put miles on it, drive it to the race, drive it back. So these are the things that are already been developed and proven. So a good example of that is Luna's GTR, right? So she just got back from the Rocky Mountain Race Week. So she put on over 1,200 miles of driving it from state to state and from track to track, race it, and basically came home with their first place win. And prior to previous year in 2022, she actually won first place in the GTR DCT class at TX2K. And keep in mind, this is the same engine. This is the same transmission that we built. So that's just goes to show how reliable these packages are if done right. So to me, again, it's one of my favorite car to own and to race in, so it still is. So to recap, the GTR is the working man's supercar, right? You can buy it at a fairly reasonable price and you can upgrade it. I mean, it's safe, right? If you really think about it, a '09 GTR was based for $69,000. Right now it's worth $60,000, and that's over a decade. Could you imagine you're the first guy that bought the GTR in '09, and you've been driving it for over a decade, and right now the car still fetch nearly $60,000. So I think it's a safe bet.